All right, good morning, guys. We are going to be discussing Lesson 7 of Unit 9, drawing graphs of functions. This one's going to be super important. I'm glad you're taking the time to watch this video because it's going to help you in the future as well. This might be one of the first things you talk about next year. Okay, something called slope. Okay, slope you can think about, basically like a ski slope. You can have a steep ski slope. You could have a slight incline going down, like a beginner course. That is the slope of a line. Driveways, even your garage might have a slope towards a drain. Roads, we use slope a lot. So let's take a look at the first equation here, and I'm going to give you a little hint. Whatever number is in front of the x, that is your slope. Okay? So what is the slope of this line? It's going to be 3 over 1 or just 3, either one. The number that's in front of the x. And what that means is rise over run. Rise means up and down, run means left and right. So if you look at the first point, 0, 0. And if I go, remember rise over run, so that means up 3 over 1. That would be the next point of this line, and it's also listed in this table as well, 1, 3. And then from there, if I go up 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1, that would be 2, 6, which is also on the graph. Next one would be 3, 9, and so on. Whenever you graph these, you need to have at least 3 points, and be sure you label them. Okay, so we're going to do some more practice, but here's the key. Rise over run. How far up and down, how far left and right. And if there's one number, remember, it's always over 1. 3 over 1, because that moves it left and right. That's going to be super important. Okay, the next set of problems there should be the easiest ones that we've done in a while. The slope is what? So it's just asking for the number in front of the x. That's called the coefficient. Coefficient of x is a slope, so the number in front of the x, 3, and you can write 3 over 1 or just 3. Number 2, what number is in front of the x? 2. Number 3, what number is in front of the x? This one's a little tricky. Now if there's no number there, it's a 1. Why don't they list it? Because 1 times x is just x. That's why they don't list it. But if there is no number, it's just 1. So your line would be up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Number 4, what number is in front of the x? 2/3. So that would be up 2 to the right 3. Okay, so activity 2. How do I identify the slope from a line? Okay, so how do I get from one point to the next point? Wants to know the rise. So how far up do I have to go to be in line with this line? I have to go 1, 2. I went 2 up. Okay, and then after I go 2 up, how far over do I have to go? 1. So my slope is 2 over 1, or I could just write it as 2. 2 divided by 1, doesn't matter. Write the function, remember that means y equals. So what number do you think goes in front of the x? What number is my coefficient? And that would be 2, whatever the slope is. Okay, let's try another one. Rise. How far up do I have to go to get in line with this one again from my dot? 1, 2. Have to go up 2. Okay, and then how far over do I have to go? Just a reminder, if I would have to go left, it'd be negative. But again, I go right. 1, 2, 3. So what's my slope? What's my rise over run? 2 over 3. So what number do you think goes in front of the x? And that would be 2/3, my slope. All right, final problem here. Now we have to draw it. And the key to drawing it is you always start with the point, 4, 2. Okay. My slope is 1/2, so that means up 1 to the right 2. Okay, now I could also make them both negative because two negatives make a positive, and I could go down 1 and left 2. You'll see that here. I'll show you that on this problem. Okay, but I'm going to go up 1 to the right 2. So I'm going to write my points as well, so I know where your dots are. Up 1 to the right 2. So there's my points. Now again, watch what happens if I went backwards. Down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. They would all still line up, right? I want you to have at least 3 points and then connect them the best you can. So let's try another one. Slope of 1. So again, 1 means 1 over 1, so up 1 over 1 from 2, 2. Up 1 over 1, that would be 3, 3. Up 1 over 1, now we're at 4, 4. And I said you only needed 3, so that is good enough for me. Slope of 1. Next problem. Start at the point 1, 2. Also remember, we start at the origin, left and right, up and down. So right 1, up 2. Don't get those mixed up. Slope of 2, remember that means 2 over 1. Up 2, right 1, rise over run. Up 2 over 1. Now we're at 2, 4. Up 2 over 1. Now we're at 3, 6, and that should be enough to connect. And if those 3 don't line up, you made a mistake somewhere, guys. And the last problem, starting at point 3, 2. 2/3. So up 2 to the right 3, up 2 to the right 3. So this one is at 6, 4. And this one would be at 9, 6. Connect them. And there should be your answers. So again, lots of practice, guys, drawing the equations, finding the slopes, okay? These notes are going to be super important, so hang on to these to do your assignment. Assignment on page 749 and 750. Talk to you soon, guys.